Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight for our Monday night live Write with Me, Write with Us. We're glad that you could join us. It's been a little bit of a challenge to get here, but we're here. So if there's a problem with the audio or video tonight, I do apologize. We did have some challenges, but I think we got it worked out. So we are off and running. And tonight, hi, Ange.
Hi.
She's a little stressed out, but
No stress.
it'll be okay. Tonight, we're talking about outlining a
Yeah.
new novel, right? If you're going to start a new book, I guess it could be a novel or even a fiction, nonfiction,
It
both,
could be
right?
whatever book that it is you're wanting to write. I am going to be working on creating an outline for a new story.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yes.
What's it about?
I can't tell you that.
How does it end?
I can't tell you
Come
that. I
on.
don't know yet.
I am going to be working on my outline for the second book in my trilogy or ongoing series. I'm not sure exactly how many books are going to be in that yet, but I need to make some adjustments to my second book outline so I can move it forward a little bit. So that's kind of where I'm going to be working on. So if you're starting a new project, or even if you're on a project and you just want to make sure that you're hitting all those plot points and stuff like that, we'll get Angie to share a little bit, but be sure to put in the chat what you're working on. If you're in the middle of a project or if you're dreaming of a new project, let us know. We'd love to hear about that.
So there are videos about this on the channel, but one of the things I'm going to be working on while creating and processing through this really crazy story idea that I have is I'm going to be asking who, what, where, why, and when. And those are the questions I'm going to be processing through tonight.
Nice. Those are tough questions when you're first starting, but it gives your book a foundation to run on.
Yes.
So if you're watching this by recording because you couldn't make it live with us tonight, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to make comments. We will try to answer those comments on the YouTube video as well. And if you have questions, be sure to let us know because we'll interact with that. And we'll try to move everything forward live. And for those of you who are watching by recording, we are doing this every Monday night. And our format is we just chat for a minute. We say hello. I see Joshua's on there, and appreciate you joining again tonight, Josh, and chatting with us. Looks like we got a couple of other people on as well.
Joshua's still working on the story that we've already talked about.
Awesome. So that's great.
Good job, Joshua. It really, I think we've chatted about this. It really takes commitment and grit to finish, to continue working on a story.
Yeah, it really does. And you're doing it. So
yeah,
that's great. But if you are watching the recording, then be sure to interact with us. But we're going to chat for a few minutes, get some tips from Angie, and then we'll do a writing sprint. Then we'll take a break from writing after about 20 minutes, and we'll chat some more, answer questions, talk about your stories that you're writing on, your books, things like that. Then we'll do another 20-minute writing sprint.
That's right.
So tell us, Angie, what are the key things that we need to keep in mind when we start outlining a new book?
Well, there's the who, what, where, when, and why. You want to answer those questions about your storyline or your nonfiction, whatever it is you're writing. If you can answer those questions, that really gives you a foundation as you move forward.
Okay.
If it's fiction, then you have to go from there and you have to work on character development. You have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but this is just my opinion about writing, is it's really beneficial to do some character development work.
Okay.
And some world building and just do some background work. And I am not talking about spending a year.
So wait. Because the video coming out this Friday is about a 10-minute character sketch.
Yes, and it's super cool. So for all of you that are skeptical about doing a character sketch and doing that before you start writing, you're going to want to check that out, because this is really cool. We've developed this.
Yep, it's
And
good.
I'm very excited about it.
Even if you've already written your book and you're in the editing stage, this is still some good information that would benefit you, because
Yes.
you can look at it and evaluate it, evaluate your protagonist, your antagonist, or other characters in 10 minutes. You just go through this interview process we've developed. You interview your character and you make sure that they are consistent with who they say they are and how they act. So it's good stuff.
It is. It's really good. And I'm really excited about
So
it.
that's coming out Friday. Don't miss that one. But anyway, I interrupted you.
You do. You do that.
I
It's okay.
do that. So the why, does that mean that you kind of need to figure out your purpose in writing it? What is the purpose of the book?
Well, if you're writing nonfiction, your why is going to be, why are you writing this? What is your reason for writing this book? And what do you want this book to accomplish? If it's nonfiction, you really want to have that up front.
Okay. That makes
if
sense.
it's fiction, then I could talk about that for a while, because your why, I mean, even fiction has a message. It has a meaning. It has things rippled throughout it, and you really want to look at your book. Why are you writing this story?
Yeah. I think that's important. For me as a writer, I have a hard time staying motivated in a story if I don't know why I'm writing it, if there's not a point to it. Even if it's an entertaining point, for me, I need to have that why so that I can stay motivated to keep writing, because I think it'll impact somebody in some way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, well, we are flying. You only have 5 minutes to talk and it's been 10 minutes.
You're the one that's taking up all the time. You just blame him.
All right. Are you ready to jump into
I am.
our first writing sprint?
Yes.
All right. So here we go. We're going to turn on the timer and do 20 minutes worth of writing sprint. And I actually have my little notebook thing here and pulling some notes. So if you see me doing this, then I may transfer it to the computer. But sometimes it's beneficial for me to do it on paper.
And I do the same thing. I actually have my notebook, my idea notebook, which I talk about in some of the videos, is write down your ideas. I have my idea notebook, and I'm going to take my ideas and try to put them into a cohesive outline.
So how do you guys do it? Do you just do it on the computer? Do you have a piece of paper and a pen that you use periodically to print it off and write it? Or do you just write on paper? And then I know people that write on paper and then put it on the computer. So
I really enjoy paper and pen.
I do at times. I like to bounce back and forth just to keep it going.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? I'd love to hear. Okay, writing sprint. Here we go.
Oh, we're ready. We're ready to go. Start. It's okay. We're having lots of technical problems.
It's going. It's going.
It's going now.
All right,
okay.
Here we go.
You got
We're
20
off.
minutes.
20 minutes. 5-minute warning. We're going to wrap up our writing sprint in 5 minutes. I hear you over there typing away.
Oh, we got 33 seconds. 33 seconds.
33 seconds. Don't you quit too soon.
Okay. He's still writing while he's writing. How did it go? So Joshua, I saw that you made a comment, patter or just think. And I'm wondering if you're thinking of the word ponder.
Or paper.
Well,
because we're talking about paper.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't sure what you mean by that. If you want to clarify in the comments. You got 86 words? That's really good. That is 86 words that you didn't have before.
That's right. So don't think 86 words isn't significant, because I didn't get 86 words. I just got a whole bunch of red ink all over my outline. But there's a couple of things I needed to work out as I think through that. So how did you do, Ange?
I did pretty good. I'm not really going for a word count right now. So I don't really have a word count to give you. But I worked on the what.
The what?
What is the premise of the story?
Hmm.
And so that's what I was working on, trying to work out the premise of the story. What is the theme? What is the theme of the story? Just trying to work out some of those details is what I worked on. Oh, and you
That's
said
great.
Paper. Okay, so paper.
See, I was right.
You were.
How about
he was
that?
right.
Did you guys hear that? She said I was right. Man, we need to celebrate. Where's the party emoji?
He's right sometimes.
So I know we all have different styles of writing and outlining, and some of you may be pantsers. I always considered myself maybe more of a pantser, but then when I started writing novels, connected books in a series, what I found is that it's way easier for me and way better to do an outline so that I'm setting up the next series of books. So I've been doing a lot more outlining, and I created my own little outlining format.
He did. It's very detailed.
It's very detailed. So you can see I have the different
They can't see that. Don't even show.
Okay, fine.
It's very detailed.
But it has sequences, and I have little triggers on here to help me remember that there needs to be an emotional switch from scene to scene.
The beginning of the chapter to the end of the chapter.
There needs to be plot points. So I have these little things on here to remind me all of that when I'm outlining. And so once I get the basic outline roughed in, then the writing goes, wow, way smoother for me. What's your experience with that? Do you do outlining? Are you a pantser? How does that work for you? Do you have a structure that you use? I know Angie uses a little bit different structure than I do. I've tried to get her to use mine, but she just does sticky notes everywhere.
I really like sticky notes. And actually, I grabbed my sticky notes, and then I must have set them down because I can't find them, because I was going to put sticky notes up because I love sticky notes. But yeah, I like sticky notes, but I do also do some of my outlining on the computer, like basic structure.
Okay, so you do a little bit of both.
Joshua says he gets an idea and he runs and he has fun with it. And yeah, I mean, I do enjoy that. What's one of the reasons why I do a very loose outline, because I like to have, like, here's my key points, this is where I'm headed, and then I kind of really enjoy just seeing what happens when I sit down to write. Where's the story going to go?
Right.
I love that creative process.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. But what I find is, if I don't have an outline, then I can box myself into a corner. So.
And I've done that.
Then you got to go back and rewrite.
I wrote 40,000 words, and I wrote myself not into a place where I could go anywhere. And I realized I had to toss all of that. I had tossed it all out and started over.
Yeah. But I think it's, I mean, as detailed as I get with some of this, my notes are still pretty vague. I'm mainly trying to make sure that I hit the internal conflicts and the changes in the character and lots of things like that to remind me about, you know, showing, not telling, and all these different aspects of the writing process. But my actual ideas and structure is a little bit loose, so I can kind of go all over with it and
Yeah.
see where the story goes. But I have enough structure to get me back on track or to move pieces to different places and adapt to the story.
And I do that too. I just take the sticky note and move it.
Well, I copy paste. What do you say about that?
Oh.
So anyway, I'd love to hear more about you guys' process. Joshua, it sounds like you're a little bit more of a pantser. You kind of go for it, and that's cool.
Joshua, do you do any like slight structuring? Do you give yourself any key points? I'd love to hear from you.
All right. So what is next, Ange? We were a little bit behind getting started on the first sprint. I don't want to jump too quick into the other sprint. If anybody has questions, they want to make comments or add to the conversation, that's great. But we have another writing sprint coming right
We
up.
do. We do. And yeah, I'm actually going to work on the where now.
And to the where. So tell us a little bit about the where. You're talking location. Where does it happen?
Yeah, where does your story take place?
Okay.
What's the world that your story takes place in?
So where's your story going to take place?
This story takes place out in space.
Oh, now she's trying to steal my sci-fi ideas here.
Yeah, I got an idea, and I'm just going to see where it goes. But yes, the where, it takes place in space.
All right. Well,
it'll be fun.
I'm doing the sci-fi thing, so here she comes.
So now Joshua says structure is new to me.
Okay. All right. So you might try it and see what you think, if it helps you out or not. Like I was saying, I fought it a little bit, and then
I did too.
Finally gave into it, and it's helped me in the process.
Yeah. And you try it and find what works for you, and you may find that it helps.
Yeah. The other thing that I'll just throw this out, it's not really an outlining issue, but one of the things that does help me a lot is I have a list of my characters.
Oh, yeah.
And basic information about them. So it's just like a little spreadsheet with name and, characteristics or some basic thing about them. Because I don't know about you guys are all probably amazing at this, but I get 3, 4, 5, 6 characters going, and then I'm thinking, how did I spell their name? What are they doing? And so I find that little cheat sheet helps me, because some of my characters in my IMRA, well, in my sci-fi book, it's a little different. Some of the names are different, so I have to be consistent, and that helps me in that.
Yeah, yes. In the Electrical Saga, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of things happening, and yeah, I had to sit down. I had to stop, and I had to write a list of all the characters and their names and who they are.
Yeah.
Because who was that?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
So Joshua does that as well.
A character list. Yeah, character list is really, really good. It's very helpful.
Yeah. When we first started, we got into doing this whole character sketch, and it was way beyond necessary. And so I'm excited to share with you on Friday our 10-minute character sketch, because Angie kept telling me, you can't do this in 10 minutes. I said, okay, let's make up a new character, a new story. Let's just go for it and test it. And I did mine in 6.5 minutes, and she did hers in eight and a half, something like that. And she was telling me it was impossible. It's not impossible. 10 minutes.
Really good.
That's
it's really good. I'm really excited about that video.
Yeah.
So you guys got to check that out.
All right. Should we get going on our next sprint?
Yes. It's time.
It's time.
Keep going. Everybody ready to write?
Yep. Another 20-minute writing sprint. So if you want to ask questions or chime in, give your opinion about, the structure of outlining or not outlining or anything like that, feel free to do that. We'll come back and chat a little bit more, answer some questions, and go
We'd
from
love
there.
to hear from you. Okay, stop talking.
Wow, friends like you. 1 minute left.
Okay, another 20-minute writing sprint in the books.
There we go. All right.
And here's a knuckle to all of you. Good job, everyone.
Good job. How did your second sprint go? I'd love to hear that. Joshua, did you do better this time? More words, fewer words? I had some time of just musing on my story, thinking about, what if I did this or that? And that's always fun. We like to do that. We like to, just sit and ponder on the story a little bit.
It's always good to do.
It is. It is.
That's sometimes when the creative process really happens, when you do that.
It does, but I'll tell you honestly, I don't know about you guys, but the creative process is probably going to hit me about 2 in the morning after I've sat here and thought about it, and then bing.
Well, that's why you always, as a writer, always keep something close so you can just jot it down.
Yep, absolutely.
Joshua says he did more words.
Nice.
Good job.
Good job. Great job. So what else did you get done, Ange?
I did some world building basically on the where.
You're in space. There is no world.
There is world building. There's planets.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's trying to invade my sci-fi book. That's what's going on here.
No, it's a cool idea. I'm excited. It's a cool story idea.
All right.
I'll explore it. We'll see. We'll see if it actually ends up being a book. Because honestly, as a writer, lots of ideas. And I just felt like doing something creative tonight.
Yeah, that's always fun. Creativity kind of keeps you going.
Yeah.
But you got to get back to editing next week because we're expecting a book to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get back to editing. Middle of the night happens sometimes. Yes, it does.
It does. It does. It does.
Yep.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap up for tonight. Appreciate everybody joining us for our Monday night live, Write With Me, us.
We're so glad you guys joined us.
Very glad you joined us. And watch for Friday's video. That's going to be a good one. Talking about 10-minute character sketch and how to do that, why to do that, and lots of good information there. So
that's going to be exciting.
We'll see you next week on our Monday Night Live and by video on Friday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.